First check, I am wearing the new Seiko Patty Solar in blue. I'm telling you, these are probably my favorite release to come out in 2021. Or maybe this colorway came out in 2022, but the models from 2021. These are spectacular. The size is great. They wear awesome. Really cool watches. And speaking of Seiko, we have something to take a look at here today. So this one is from my good buddy Mimo. So if you are interested in this watch, hit him up. I will put a link in the description. Tell him Pete sent you. I know you guys did that before, and it was awesome because he actually reached out to me and said how many people have contacted him and said that Pete sent him. And it was funny because I never told him that it was going to be happening. He had no idea. And that was a very funny experience. So this is from the Seiko Essentials lineup, which is not Pro Specs, it's not Presage, it's not even Seiko 5 Sports. I think this is what they think of as like their most like entry-level affordable Seikos. And if you've never heard of the SSB, they are pretty cool watches. Check this baby out. So the SSB lineup is a series of Mecaquartz chronographs, and there are 4 new colorways in this lineup. This is the green dial on the bracelet. I'll pop up pictures of the others, but I went for the green because I wanted a bracelet. I'm a bracelet guy, but I'll tell you what, the 2 Nato versions, those colorways, the dials look fantastic. These guys, full retail is $285. But, you know, Mimo's always got a code. You can use code SPORT at his site for 20% off. That brings it down to like $228 or so. This particular model is the SSB405. That's kind of emerald green dial. It's got this giant pusher up there. I started the chronograph so you can see how that runs. I just thought these were really cool looking. I definitely wanted to check one out. A nice affordable chronograph from, you know, from Seiko. Flyback secondhand. Let's get all these protective wraps off of here. Love that sound. That's the sound of new watch. Clasp is kind of like a 2 push button release. You know, this clasp is very much reminds me of what was on the new the Seiko speed timers. Get the bracelet apart to take those off of there. Just that very simple 2 push button release. All right, let's get this sized up and check it out on wrist. So I was sizing this guy up real quick, and I wanted to share this with you guys because this is something I've never seen before on Seiko. It's a pin and collar on the bracelet, but this is the collar. And if you can see here, it's actually a super tiny spring there. Sorry about that close-up on my thumb. But yeah, I've never seen this before, so let's get this back together, see if it came out really easy. Let's see if it goes back together any easier. And this might be a slight upgrade. I still prefer split pins, but let's see how this goes. And here it is on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. I'll tell you what, this thing wears awesome. It's a 41 millimeter, wears nice and close to the wrist, real thin for a chronograph. It's a great wear. This particular model, the green, maybe a little overboard with the shiny bits on the registers and the hour markers. I kind of like that look, but some of the other models are really toned down and like a dull matte. I kind of really like that black. The one with the gray and orange, I think, looks really good. So yeah, it's 41 millimeters, but check out this case. It has these kind of sloped, flat, plain lugs, much like it was on the Doxa Sub 600. The bracelet itself is, you know, standard Seiko you get on any affordable Seiko. Perfectly serviceable, but nothing spectacular. 22 millimeter lugs, tapers down to 20 at the clasp. And I'll tell you, those pin and collar adjustment there, really easy to deal with. I was able to just push those pins out with just this. I didn't need a hammer or really much force to be able to force that through. And I think that spring mechanism in there kind of, well, it's not a mechanism, it's just a spring that the pin passes through. And I think the way that is, it just kind of provides enough resistance to hold it in there. Way easier to deal with, almost even easier than split pins. So maybe Seiko's onto something there. I don't know. We'll see how other people feel about that. I am curious. But yeah, I really dig this emerald green. I think it looks really good. I am curious about some of the other models. Thought you guys might really like this watch. Just want to take a first look at it. There is some... It's always cool when Seiko comes out with some new affordable models, especially on the heels of the speed timers that a lot of people had an issue with the price on those. So this might be something that is more appealing to more people. This model just has the stainless steel bezel on it, but some of the other ones have that anodized PVD kind of bezel. One has a black one, one has like a gray one. They actually look pretty slick. Pretty standard, plain Seiko case backs. Yeah, I really like that big pusher. All right, these are super cool. The new Seiko SSBs. Wanted to share, give you guys a first look. I'll get a full review out on this real soon.